If you're 55 and older and you've saved up $500,000 or more for retirement, you probably have this question. How much can I safely spend during retirement without running out of money? And what if the stock market crashes and my portfolio gets hit really hard? Or maybe you're asking, what about inflation? What if it spikes again? Most rules of thumb give you one withdrawal number, like 4%, and then you just take that information and hope that reality cooperates with that 4% number. In this video, I'm going to show you a different approach. It's a guardrail system that adjusts your income up and down based on how your actual portfolio is doing. And I'm going to walk through the system on screen so you can see exactly how it works. I'm Zach Poitras, and I'm a fiduciary financial advisor. I work out of Colorado Springs, and I work with households who have between $500,000 and several million in savings for retirement. And my clients, they want a clear, flexible income plan for retirement that includes things like Social Security, pensions, annuities, rental income, and taxes. All of it, a whole 360-degree view of their finances and their income during retirement. First, a quick disclaimer. This video is not financial advice. This is not tax advice, nor legal advice. Before making any financial decisions, please talk to a licensed financial professional such as myself. Most retirement advice that you hear sounds like this. Just take 4% of your portfolio and withdraw it every year, or set a fixed budget and stick to it. The problem is your life isn't fixed. Medical expenses pop up, inflation comes along, markets go up, markets go down. You have travel plans that shift year to year. If we lock in one number for your income during retirement, then one of two things will happen. Set that number too low and you live below your means for 30 years straight. Set it too high, then you have to cross your fingers and hope and pray that the markets cooperate. In reality, what most retirees do is they spend more when they feel comfortable, and they tighten up their budget when things start to feel tight in their finances. The question is, can we turn that natural behavior into a plan that is measurable, repeatable, and grounded in real math, not feelings? In this video, instead of just talking about this approach, I'm going to actually show you how it works in real time. First, I have to explain, what is this guardrail income approach all about? Think about driving over a mountain pass. The road is your retirement target income. The guardrails are boundaries that say if you drift too far one direction or the other, to correct back into the center. And what we do is take your specific situation, input all the data, and use our retirement planning software to determine a target income based on your lifestyle and adjusted for inflation. Then we have an upper guardrail that allows you to give yourself a raise if the growth inside of your portfolio increases faster than expected. Then we have a lower portfolio guardrail. If markets are rough and your balance falls too much, we make a planned, modest cutback to your income such that you get back on track. So instead of pretending that your future is perfectly smooth, we plan for controlled adjustments. With that said, I will stop describing the guardrail system and let's jump into the software so you can see it for yourself. Okay, so let me walk you through a simple fictional sample household plan, and up here at the top is the upper guardrail, and that's really based on this number here on the far left, which is their account balance. If their account balance is 2.9 million or so, that's their upper guardrail, and they can increase their income to $19,700 a month quite safely. Right below that is the current recommendation for their income during retirement, and that's based on their current balance of 2.75 million, and that would safely produce $18,300 a month in income. Now, the lower guardrail is when markets get rough and maybe the balance goes down to a little over 2 million in assets. Then they have to adjust their income to $17,400 a month because of that market pressure. So the whole point here is, instead of guessing, the system is literally saying, if your balance is here, then you can safely spend more. If your balance drops to here, you've got to dial it back a little bit with this lower income so that you can stay on track. Here at the bottom, we have guardrail settings, and it's currently set right here, smack dab in the middle. If you slide this to the left or lower your spending, then if markets take a downturn, there are less adjustments that need to be made. However, if you're someone who wants to spend a little bit more and we slide that to the right, there just needs to be more willingness to adjust if we encounter a down market. So what this does is allow you to match the plan to your comfort level. Some people want maximum safety. Others would rather spend more now and accept occasional tweaks. The powerful part here is that this is not based on generic growth rates. This software is modeling your actual mix of assets. Now, let me show you what I mean. I'm going to switch over to another screen here. This is the 360-degree view of this household. And as you can see, we have income, assets, liabilities, and expenses. And so what we've done here is we have specific assets and specific accounts where those assets are: taxable account, an IRA account, a 401k account, etc. Then over here on the income side, we click on that and we can see exactly where income is coming from. Here we see pension, they've got a rental, and then withdrawals from the taxable account, from John's IRA, and from Mary's 401k. At this point in time, no Social Security because neither one of them has elected to take those benefits yet. And it's important to point out that we can plug in your specific situation as to where you're receiving income and what types of assets you have in your accounts, such that it is customized to you. So what this software does is take all of these different assets that behave very differently and pulls them all together such that it creates a year-by-year income plan and then applies the guardrails. So when the markets are strong and your asset balances are high, you can afford to increase the income that you withdraw. And then when we hit a bad patch in the markets, we know exactly how much to pull back in terms of income instead of panicking. You're seeing the actual mechanism here that creates the results. We're not just making claims here. This is exactly what the software does. So the obvious question is, how can this approach help you? Well, I don't exactly know, but I can tell you that for my clients, this approach reduces the fear of, am I going to run out of money during retirement? It also shows in dollars how the plan is adjusted for inflation, which is a big concern for most people. It also provides simplicity. If my portfolio goes into this zone, I can do X with my money. If it goes down to this zone, I can do Y with my money. It also lets couples talk about things like travel, gifts, and big purchases with actual guardrails instead of arguments. This approach allows you flexibility. You're not stuck with a rigid 4% rule, and you're not flying blind. You have a living plan that updates in real time as your life unfolds. Now, if you're 55 or older and you have $500,000 or more in investable assets, and you want this type of clarity for your own retirement, here's what I offer. Each month, I set aside a limited number of guardrail planning sessions. And in that session, we will load your real accounts and your income sources into the software, set a target lifestyle income and guardrails that match your comfort level, and then show you how your income can adjust over time under both good and bad market conditions. And then from there, you can take this information, choose to implement it on your own, or if you're already working with an advisor, you can take that information there. Or if you'd like to work with me, we could talk about possible next steps. Now, if that would be helpful for you, there's a link below this video that you can simply click and be taken directly to my calendar. Now, there is no charge for this initial session, but there are limited spaces as I do need to service my existing clients well. Again, this video is not legal advice, tax advice, nor investment advice. Please talk to a licensed professional such as myself before making any financial decisions. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so you can receive more videos like this. I generally provide education around retirement income, investing for retirement, estate planning, and tax planning.